I am super excited to be your personal guide today on what is going to be a truly immersive tour. We aren't just going to look at dusty artifacts behind glass. We are stepping directly into the ultimate open-air museum. We're heading out to the outskirts of Kyiv to explore Pyrogev, a place where you can walk through a literal centuries-old living village. So grab a comfy seat and let's jump right in together. Imagine a place where Ukraine is gathered in one space, where it smells of smoke from the oven, fresh dough, and history. I mean, wow, that isn't just some nice poetic phrasing. That is the exact sensory reality of Pyrogev. Before we even look at a map or a single building, I just want you to imagine those rich smells of wood smoke and freshly baked bread filling the air around you. That's the exact vibe we're exploring today. Section 1. Welcome to Living History, stepping back centuries on the outskirts of Kyiv. Okay, let's talk about the sheer scale of this place for a second. 130 to 150 hectares. To put that into perspective, that is an absolutely massive expanse of land. So, as your guide, my very first pro tip for anyone visiting in person is wear your absolute best walking shoes. Seriously, you are going to be hiking through rolling hills and expansive fields to take all of this in. And what exactly fills those 150 hectares? Well, over 300 authentic buildings. Think about that for a moment. Over 300. This isn't a replica, and it's definitely not a movie set. This vast space is just an awe-inspiring collection where every single structure, every plank of wood, and every thatched roof has its own unique, centuries-old story. Section 2, Assembling a Nation, transporting history piece by piece. So the timeline here is pretty fascinating. The story obviously starts centuries ago when these authentic buildings were first constructed by local artisans. But fast forward to the mid-20th century, and rapid modernization was really threatening these historic structures. To save them, the grounds were founded as a state preservation museum in 1969, and finally, after years of intense dedicated labor, the doors officially opened to visitors in 1976. But guys, the real magic is in how they did it. They didn't just build modern reproductions from blueprints. No way. Experts literally dismantled real historic structures from all over the country. They numbered every single log, transported them across huge distances, and meticulously put them back together on site like a giant puzzle. It was this monumental effort of architectural salvation, bringing the heritage of an entire nation right onto one single plot of land. Section 3. Mapping your route. Navigating the historic regions. Because this museum is essentially a miniature map of the entire country, navigating it definitely requires a bit of strategy. To really see the evolution of the culture, you should walk a very specific geographic route. Start off by marveling at the rugged, mountainous architecture of the Carpathians, then stroll right into the dense, forested styles of Policia. From there, your route takes you through the distinct, beautiful, mud-walled homes of Podillia, all the way over to the expansive plains of Slobozhanщина. It's literally a cross-country road trip, that entirely on foot in just a single afternoon. Section 4. Must-see historic sites, cinematic spots you simply can't miss. Okay, first up on our must-see list are the windmills. You simply cannot miss these. Standing tall on a sweeping hill, these towering structures are the iconic symbol of the entire Pyrogev Museum. When you walk up to them, the sheer scale and the intricate wooden engineering just take your breath away. They are the absolute perfect landmark to orient yourself, and honestly, easily the most photogenic spot in the whole park. Next, you've got to check out the stunning wooden churches. The craftsmanship is just staggering. A lot of them were built without using a single metal nail. And right alongside them are the traditional mazankis. These are the classic mud huts, famous for their thick, whitewashed walls and those beautifully authentic, thick, thatched roofs that work perfectly to keep them insulated. And you know, this perfectly illustrates what makes this experience so different. A standard museum, it's static, it's quiet, you observe everything from a distance, behind a velvet rope. But Pyrogev, it breathes. It has this incredible living atmosphere. You don't just look at a cold oven, you see real working ovens with fires burning inside. You don't just look at old tools, you experience active fairs and masterclasses where artisans are using those tools right in front of you. Section 5. The taste of identity. Experiencing history through traditional food. Now, you can't truly understand a culture until you've tasted it, right? Which brings us to the culinary traditions that bridge the past and the present. When we talk about vareniki here, we aren't just talking about a simple dumpling. In this context, it is a core, fundamental piece of cultural identity. It's a tradition passed down through generations, representing hospitality, family, and survival. At PyroGive, just the preparation is an immersive event. First, they're prepared using centuries-old recipes, absolutely no modern shortcuts. Second, they're cooked over real wood fires right inside those traditional ovens we just talked about. And third, they are crafted by individuals wearing actual traditional clothing. When you stand there, smelling the smoke and watching this whole process unfold, it instantly transports you 100, maybe 200 years back in time. And that brings us to the core of our explainer today. There's a popular saying here: this is a place where you don't watch history, you live it. It's just an incredible achievement in preservation and education. So my final question to you is this: in our fast-paced digital world, when was the last time you truly allowed yourself to unplug, step out of the present, and actually live inside the past? Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this tour, and I really hope it inspired you to seek out some living history of your own.